physical copies of music aren't worth anything, what would you tie into merch? T-shirts or concert tickets? And that's from Joe Gisby.
Okay, so if we take into this concept that music isn't worth anything in digital form, music is worth something in physical form because it's attached to something. But how many CDs do we buy? I know I don't buy any CDs. Morgan, how many CDs do you buy?
I think I bought my mum the Ed Sheeran one for Christmas.
Great, okay, so 1 or 2 a year maybe. Probably. So it isn't enough to sustain artists with the amount of CDs that will be sold. So then you're starting to look at how you monetize what it is that we do, and merch is a big part of that. A very interesting thing with this is I don't feel like people are very creative when it comes to merch. They do the same old. They say, well, here's our music, we'll put it onto CD, we can sell it. Will it work? Yeah, it probably will work. You could do DVDs, yeah, that'll work. And then you've got the classic t-shirts, hoodies. Will that work? Yeah, it will. But what could you do when it comes to merch? If you want to value people, if you want people to look to you and go, ooh, that is something I want. Yes, you've got classic merch, but you can personalize stuff depending on how big you are, but you can personalize things. You can play arena tours and you can still personalize things. You could sell a guitar if you wanted to. You could buy a guitar, you could sign the guitar, and you could sell the guitar. You could draw a picture, and if you're into art, you could graffiti a piece of art. You could do your own Banksy, and you could put that on the merch stand. You can personalize anything you want. You could make a personal memory stick, for example, and on that memory stick is a one-off personalized performance that no one else gets to see, that you just say, here are 3 songs that we have videoed of us playing that no one else will see. It's not on YouTube, no one else gets it, and you can buy that for a £5. People aren't using the technology that they've got and the free time that they've got to be able to excite people to then want to come to gigs. So if you want people to come to your gigs and you become known for that band that do specific stuff for that specific gig, then people will more than likely come and see you on a regular basis because they get the fun experience of coming to see you live. But when it comes to buying things, they're buying things that can't be bought again. It's unique to them and it's a unique experience. I don't understand why bands aren't doing this. They aren't making things a unique experience. There was like a split second where bands would make their own Snapchat sort of geotag, and they would put that there, and it was like, that's a cool thing to do, and everyone got to geotag themselves in, and it was a personal experience to that gig. And I'm like, then that lasted for about 3 weeks and went away again, and it's just lazy now. Like, it used to be the case that it was just t-shirts because that's what happened, and people bought music and they bought on CDs. Well, those days are gone. So we've got to get a bit more creative, and the creativity for me when it comes to this on a localish level, if you're on a local level and you're starting to go on tours around the country and you want people to remember you, then why not do some personal stuff? When you're there and people are queuing up, why not invite them in? Why not do a little personal gig for them? Why not go over and above? Why not pick 3 or 4 people who come to all your gigs and say, you get to come and hang with us backstage, and we're going to do a warm-up of a couple of songs, and we're going to include you in it, and we're going to film it, and you're going to be in it, and we're going to put this on our Facebook. Why? Why can't you do that? Why don't bands do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense why you could do all of this stuff. And we are dealing with creatives. You are creative. I am creative. We can come up with creative ideas, and it doesn't have to be one size fits all. And you can try things and go, well, that didn't work. We could try something else. And people are always looking at going, maybe we could just put our logo on a lighter, or maybe we could put our merch on pics. Well, yeah, you can, but why not do something a little bit better? Why not do something that nobody else has done? Or why not do something that no one else will get at your gig? Creativity is the key when it comes to this, because I can promise you something, over the next couple of years, it's not like people are going to start buying your music. That's out of the bag now. So if we want to start monetizing, the way to do that is going to be some kind of merch. It's going to be some kind of getting people to your gigs for tickets. It's probably going to be content, and you could link the whole of those 3 things together by going out, doing gigs, getting content, and using that content to get people to the gigs, and also potentially even monetize the content, monetize the gigs. It goes round and round in circles. That's the area that musicians should be looking at, because I'm not a genius. I'm not there being like, I've just thought of the whole thing. It's just what YouTubers do. Go and just watch a bunch of YouTubers. They are very good at monetizing their brand, and musicians are not. They think that the money is in the music, and it is not. So be creative. Do something interesting. Like, go and find something that people want, and then stick your logo on that. Or more importantly, don't think of a logo. Don't think of the brand. Think of something you can personally do for someone that's going to get them to your gig. And the money is in getting them to the gig, and then you win.